And would you like to talk about today's topic?
Oh, are you ready? I'm ready. I think
so.
I finally chilled out. I don't know. I just get anxiety, dude.
I do too. It's like,
even though I was telling Cameron before I walked out, I was like, dude, I was just like, it's like I'm nervous, but then I'm not nervous. And I was just like, it's just the camera factor. That's the thing for me, because it's just like, in a way, it's like singing in front of a stage.
Yeah.
And it's like people you don't know. It's like, I could go into the warm-up still, like, and right now I'm just like, dude, that's literally what it makes me think of. It's just like, I would love the longest warm-up if I ever had to do anything like that, and then be broken of it, which would be nice. So after many times, one's not enough.
Yeah. Well, I think the more we do this too, we'll like.
It'll be more natural.
Yeah, it won't feel as like.
Awkward.
Not necessarily awkward, because I mean like. Doesn't feel awkward talking to you. I just feel awkward, like
me
personally.
too. Yeah. Personally,
it's like,
and it's like intimidating. Is like I feel like for me, it's just like when I'm intimidated, right. I am awkward because I'm like, fuck, am I like doing everything right? What is right, you know? And then it's just like stigma. No, that's what they expect of you. No.
Exactly.
But that's true. It's very sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
I used to not be like this though. I'm trying to break it. That's what I'm doing. Is just try to be.
That's part of why I want to do like the podcast and stuff, is because like, I don't know, it's like awkward or weird, like I said, for me personally to do, like sit in front of a camera and talk. Not just talk to you, but like sit in front of a camera and talk. And I don't know, it's just
like that comfortability. How comfortable? I don't know. I've been watching a decent amount of podcasting lately too. I've been watching Whiskey Gin. And they'll put fucking what's his face? Lil Dicky on it.
Oh, nice.
And like, dude, they'll talk about random shit. And I'm just like, and like, but good shit. Like, they've talked about like childhood memory stuff, you know, like, dude, when's the first time you ever punched someone in the face, you know? And then there's like this whole story that comes with it, you know, for each person. And then it just develops into like all these other things. Dude, I just thought of the Boingos fucking play. I was fucking.
I know, it's still just haunting you.
Memories.
It's funny because like so many of the stickers on here like aren't from me.
Yeah, I remember saying that.
But that one is, yeah.
Yeah. So that's like one thing I was like looking at during the podcasting. We're almost there. After this one point.
You're all good.
But like, I was like, how often do they even look at the cameras? They like don't.
Yeah, you just kind of like pretend it's not there.
Yeah, and it's just, that's interesting, dude. Because I'm like, but then if you watch fucking, oh my god, it's two dudes. Mythical.
Good Mythical Morning or something.
Good Mythical Morning, yeah, they have multiple channels.
Right.
They all, it's like.
Yeah, they stare down at the camera, yeah.
Like,
which is kind of awkward because, like, if we were just, like, sitting here, like
spin the wheel.
I want to, like, sit here and, like, face you while I'm talking to you.
That is true. You're, like, looking in the cameras as we're talking, to, so we look at each other through the cameras. It's like when you're taking a selfie.
Yeah.
You have to look at the camera, because if you look at the, like, yourself, you have to look down.
Right.
So, like, it's like, one day, there will be a camera in the center of your phone.
I think they tried to make a phone like that. It was an Android.
Oh my god, and they failed.
Yeah, it's not memorable at all.
But you remember.
Well, like, I mean, in the, like, wide, audience, I believe.
Searching the internet.
Maybe it's just a fucking pipe dream. Maybe I just, like, had some weird...
these days, I feel like you could say anything, and it's already happened.
Probably, yeah.
That's sad. And this is what drives people crazy, of, like, trying to be better than the next person.
I think so, but...
Well, coming out with I don't know.
It does.
It's one or two things. I want to be
people.
super talented, or like I love what I'm doing, and it's beautiful, and like they're amazing, and then there's like money. Like,
yeah, huge like competitive versus cooperative.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like I read something that said talent, the drive will take you farther than talent ever could. Because you could have talent but not have drive. I mean, I didn't say that part, but basically that's what that means, I think.
I can relate to that a lot. I'm lazy as a motherfucker. Like,
I know. When you like know you're good at something and you don't put the time into it, and you're like, what the fuck? And then you have something that I don't know, I guess I'm talking about myself, but like you have like a job and you're like, wow, I'm like really driven and like I can get, you know, good at this job and like it's not my favorite thing, but oh, I'm good at it because I have drive. And then like I used to be really good at, I have to keep dwelling on that, but that's like tonight. That's my plan. After fucking moving all this bullshit that I need to throw away because I'm not trying to do it in the daytime because I don't get caught. But by the property manager.
Like, by law enforcement.
Yeah, I'm like, I include that. But, yeah, I used to be, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I was going to buy tattoo stuff. I mean, I just need needles, tubes, and ink.
Fuck yeah.
That's my, like, see how that goes with me taking my time. I'll be doing another job, but it's temporary, so I can practice drawing at work. That's my plan.
Good. That sounds like a solid plan.
Fucking scary though, but I'm like, gotta fucking try, dude. I feel like I gotta really try. I can't just accept living this way because I said it to Michaela. I was like, I'll tell you what, Michaela, when you get older and you find another job and another job, it's gonna be the same thing. You see, fucking there because I've seen it now. I finally have been broken that this is how it is. That sucks. So I'm like, I gotta figure something out.
Yeah, happy medium to like, okay, work sucks regardless, but like if you can find something that you are like not happy but like passionate about, like obviously I've heard of like, you know, really stressful like tattoo sessions for like people, for the artists, like, you know, 12 hours just like blasting somebody and you have to like make everything perfect and shit like that. And that's not even like mentioning what they've got going on in their personal lives. But like if you can balance like something that you're passionate about with like making money, it's totally worth it. Like
Totally.
as opposed to being stressed over some
Yeah.
company that doesn't give a fuck about you. Like,
God, that's the realest way to put it. And there you have it. Like, quit your day job.
right, do what makes you happy. Go the Gary Vee route. Just like do what makes
Go
you
to the
happy.
casino. Like,
If that makes you happy, you know, I mean.
But yeah. Anyways, I mean, I'm ready whenever. I just have to fucking transfer my notes real quick, figure out where I'm at.
Alright, today's topic is stigma.
Stigma.
Yeah.
Oh god. There wasn't supposed to be one, that's why. No. Like, it's true. Anyways, God, maybe that's just going too far. But so I thought about like what I talked to you about, and I was like, you know, you sent me your notes. And I was thinking about how I like brought up like the growing up factor. I just want to like throw that in with how it's only because like I have a memory where I remember thinking like it's that bad, you know, like with the stigma. And like the stigma being my father was very about not being overweight. Even though, you know, he was overweight, he told all of us, you know, a type of way. It's funny because I'm like telling you earlier about that Facebook post, but in
right.
general, like this topic happened before I even think about that. But anyways, my little brother had written out like this drawing picture, whatever. Can't remember who was all in it, but my dad was in it. And I remember being like, "What's that?" I'm like pointing at my dad, and I was like, "Dad is fat," because he had this big belly. He was just a stick figure too, just a belly. And I was just like, he was like 6 years old, maybe. I can't remember, but I was just like, what the heck? Like, I don't think you should think these things when you're like that old. Like, I mean, I can imagine, I mean, growing up, but that's like crazy. Like, if you think about like starting kindergarten and like, yeah, you might have like that chubbier classmate, but you don't even recognize them. You're like, I have so much fun with them. You know, I have so much fun with them.
Right.
You know, like rather than being like, that's like, I don't know.
It's interesting though because like I could see kids are very just honest too. So unless they've been like already kind of like not programmed but like pre-taught to think in a judgmental way, then they're not drawing, like, the fat as, like, a mean, like...
Yeah.
It's just how it is. Like,
I really hope
there's nothing wrong with being fat.
Reason.
It's just that's how he is.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah.
But my dad, no, dude, I'm telling you, like, it was bad. Like, at the dinner table, you know, I haven't seen him in, like, maybe, like, 6 years or so. So I'm not sure if he'd say the same things. But, yeah, if you were overweight and you'd see him that'd be one of the first comments made. You know, it kind of messed with all of the sisters' heads, like my sisters and I. And, like, in a way, it felt like we were kind of competing against each other, you know, to make sure we had that approval, you know, because my dad thought it was a type of way. I don't know. Obviously, he thought of himself, but I don't know. Because I'm just like, it's not like I don't remember. Okay, there we go. I'm like, I don't remember. I guess it was a stigma on the family. That's interesting to think about. A stigma on the family. Because I don't remember him ever saying it. Like, he may have, but it wasn't enough for me to be like, wow, he talks about people being fat. It wasn't that big a deal. Who knows what he thought.
Right.
But it was definitely a stigma on the family to be a certain way. I don't know. But, and it, yeah, like, I feel like, yeah, he had his reasons, you know. It wasn't for, like... I'll probably want to say, yeah, I feel like it was for looks. I'm like, not that he would say it, but he would say, like, back in my day, and, like, you know, Aunt Shirley was this small, I was this small, you know, like, you don't want to be overweight.
Do you think it was, like, I mean, obviously, like, we put off that kind of stuff on the people, like, closest to us.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think it was more, like, because you said family stigma, but, like, do you think it was mostly, like, his internalized, like,
Dude,
not comfortable with himself, so, like...
It may not be a stigma, it could have just been... But that's, like, that'd be some crazy projection there.
I mean, people do that shit, you know?
Or, like, in general, he was very about, like, weight loss and would try to take care of him, like, self in that way. And then it was, like, almost like him trying to encourage us to not to get to that point. Fuck, that'd be crazy if that's what, like, stigma is, though. Like, you know, like, my son doesn't have tattoos on his face, you know, like, and he's a good boy. Like,
that is, though.
Definition,
like,
but that's literally... I feel like stigma is just judgment as a whole. I mean, obviously that's what it is, yeah. But it's just the fact that it becomes... I don't want to say worldwide, but that's obviously what it is. But it's
becomes like its own phenomenon. Like,
yeah.
Just like, yeah.
It's almost like nature, you know? Like, let nature run its course. Like,
yeah, all ideas spread, you know, like wildfire.
Yeah.
Even shitty ones, especially shitty ones sometimes, like...
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because it's just like, can a stigma be positive is not what I'm thinking. I mean, yes, there's good stigmas, but I don't feel like it's a constant. I feel like it's more of a unified thing as opposed to, like, you can't be this thing, you know, because you won't be that thing. You know, I don't know. Hopefully I'm making sense.
I feel like you are, but I feel like most stigma would be, like, even positive stigma would be kind of toxic in a sense.
Dude,
you know?
Oh my god.
Like having to live up to a certain expectation of, like, you know, people's image of you or whatever.
Mm-hmm. That is so interesting to go into. I feel like that's nothing I wrote down either, the positive side. I'm like, bad. But in the same sense, I'm like, it almost makes me think, like, the highest form being, like, brainwashing. You know? I don't know. That's like...
It's weird that you can do that to yourself, too, though. But it's like...
No, 100%.
It's mostly because of... Society. Yes, and your own, like, perspective of how important your image is to everybody else. You know?
I know. God, dude, that's just so sad to say and hear out loud.
It's
so true.
Like, I mean, we all struggle with society, that shit. We portray ourselves in these, like, ways.
It's all competition, man. I mean, fuck. And then it's just like, then you think about, here's where my mind just goes to. It's like the old lady, you know, and then, yeah, the son, there's a comparison, you know, or maybe there's always seems like there's always has to be a comparison, right?
Yeah.
Something in their eyes that, like, is more
acceptable for some reason
Yeah.
than something that isn't.
That makes more sense to them.
Yeah.
But
Because of their preconceptions of how the world should be instead of how it just is.
then you wonder, like, that preconception of how they expect the world to be, what is that world? Like, I don't know. I guess, like, for me, like, hearing that, I'm just like, dude, like, so, like, if she didn't see, like, I hate going back to face tattoos or people covered in tattoos, because I feel like
It's easy because we can relate to it.
It's easy to relate to, yeah. I feel like there's definitely, like, okay, I guess, like, if we want to go to the extreme, like, people who have, like, the whole shebang, the colored hair, the fucking crazy hair, you know, like, piercings, tattoos, you know, like, their outfits, like, they're, you know, like, I'm trying to think, like, what that type or style is, you know, it's a style. Like, if they were to not have that, you know, that whatever feeling they have, I don't know. It sounds weird even saying this out loud. I'm like, does this even make sense again?
Like the necessity
But,
to
like,
portray themselves that way.
Yeah, like, what does that do for them? Because it's just like these thoughts are like, yeah, it's just a judgment thing in the sense, like, it makes them maybe feel uncomfortable, you know, for whatever reason. There you go. Just all these things. I don't know. And then it just goes back to the last time we talked about stuff where it's just like how they were, like, whoever they were when they were brought up and where they got to after that. Yeah. You know, like, whatever impacts on their lives.
Right, but at a certain point, and I've talked to my mom about this with more person like my sister, who kind of blames my mom for everything, even still now, like, how she, and my mom, I was there, like, I witnessed everything, and my sister, granted, she was only, you know, like, teenager, but my sister didn't do everything the way that she thinks she did, in, like, these, like, a good way, and at a certain point, people become self-aware. Sometimes they don't, but become self-aware to the point where it's like you can continue living up to that, like, I'm this way because of the things that have happened to me. But that's super weak because once you realize that you are the way you have been because of the things that have happened to you, you absolutely have the power to change who you are and, like, stop doing those things and not blame where you're at in life because of fucking something that happened 10 years ago. You know, like, yeah, shitty shit happens to us and it does affect us for periods of time, but, like, you can't let it maintain, like, this, like, toxic or poisoned point of view on the world. You know, and just kind of, like, blaming everything else.
I feel like that's a constant thing these days. So, like,
yeah, it's always somebody else's or some other thing's, like, problem.
That's like a whole nother thing then. It's just like a mass amount of stigmas, or I guess also that person, like, they apply to a stigma to multiple people so they get treated a certain way. And then at the same time, maybe some of these people, whatever, I don't know, relationship, family member,
work,
you know,
whatever,
whatever, says something to you that correlates to, you know, a stigma to them about who they are, whatever, you know, so they're, like, constantly dealing with that thought of that stigma to the point where, like, they hate all of that, like the opposites of them, the ones who called them out, you know, and then soon enough they become that negative thought of that stigma.
Right.
That's like...
Yeah, it's just internalized, like, yeah.
Like, how do you get to that? I don't know. I mean, I get it, but, like...
I get it, too, but, again, it gets to a point where, like some people, like, dig their heels in of, like, fuck, I don't want... This is the only way I know how to act and my only mindset that I've, like, known my whole life. I can't give it up. Like, it's too scary to just, like, drop the fucking facade and, like...
Fuck. That's just crazy. Because then it just makes me think, I'm like, there is that positive side of stigmas if it was directed towards someone who really was doing the stigma or whatever, thoughts towards it, you know? A type of way or whatever, like, I don't know. It just makes my mind, like, race. I don't know. It's crazy.
Oh.
It's weird. It's like I could see someone's life actually happening before me of like if something was to happen, or I guess brought up, I don't know.
I can have this.
It's like write a book about it.
Too, yeah.
Like imagine.
Like a person who is the way they are because of all these things that have happened to them.
Yeah. Or like
it's
how
like
how they became it because of it, you know, and fucking
everybody's life story. Why I am the way I am.
Oh my god. But could you I just will forever think about that, where it's like, how many people do you think actually think about that stuff a day? Like, I am who I am.
A lot, but not enough.
A lot, but not enough, because I feel like then we'd all probably be getting better along or something.
Everybody'd be best friends. We'd all just be like, dude, all right, I got bullshit, you got bullshit, but is it that bad? No.
Let's talk about our bullshit.
Right.
Like, we don't have to compare, we're just going to talk about it and be like, dude, you went through that? There is no comparison. No, yours is worse than mine. Like, I feel like that is a huge issue. I feel like with people, the whole mine is worse than yours.
Yeah, emotion is emotion.
Dude, it fucking is.
Experiences are experiences. I hate to equate it to this because, like, even now, like, I don't want to, like, admit it, but...
What?
Even somebody who's lived, like, a life of just, like, perfection and they've never wanted for anything or anything, and the biggest inconvenience they have is, like, getting their coffee wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
And that, like, ruins their day. I have no right to say that that's not worthy of, like, an emotional breakdown, because in their eyes it is. That's their reality.
How they've gone through their emotions, you know, creates different, I guess, I want to use the word tension, because I feel like that's how it is for me with emotions, just, like, tension for myself, where it's just, like, I don't know, like, whether it makes you reserved, you know, whether, like, you shut down, whether you're, like, crying, you know, it keeps going further and further, you know, like,
emotions
with how you react.
And flow
yeah,
me.
like
sometimes I'm really capable of, like, noticing my emotions as they're coming, like, happening, and not necessarily playing into them, and I'm talking about specifically, like, bad emotions, like anger or something like that.
No, dude, I know what you mean.
But... yeah, it's...
But once you train yourself, it becomes so easy to control, you know, to correct it, like, the moment it comes out. Like, that's like,
It's not to say there aren't still moments with, like, the tension, though, like, where it's, like, kind of still hard to, like, I'm aware that I'm getting angry, but I'm still getting angry.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
yeah, no. 100%. Like, I feel like yesterday what happened for me was, like, I was driving, we were talking about a harsh topic about family, and I got, like, upset, and then, like, got really mad for a minute, grabbed the steering wheel, and then I was just like, shut it down, it's only gonna get worse from here. And it was pretty fast, like, it was probably less than 3 seconds, you know, like, recognizing that moment, because it was just my emotion, like, getting to the point, and then I, like, said one thing in that moment, and then I was like, not bad, it was just like, dude, like, it just, like, I think I'm really good at announcing when I'm, like, upset. Especially if I'm, like, obviously, I feel like every time I'm around someone and I'm upset, first thing that comes out, I'm upset. You know? Like, you're about to deal with me being upset, you know? Like, but it's, I feel like if people did that more, you know how to respond correctly, you know, quicker, properly. But I don't know how we got here. We were talking about anger. I'm not trying to tangent. I'm so good at tangenting.
Just, like, the tension and flow.
Tension and flow.
Like, being able to notice your emotions and, like, stop yourself from feeding into it. Noticing it, like, acknowledging it, letting it go.
Oh, yeah. The thought that I had was, like, okay, so this is what I think of, like, when you said that. Especially with the fact that we're talking about this, it makes me think about, oh, what would I do if I got into an argument with someone? Because I haven't had one in a moment, you know? Like, it's been a while, and I know even before then I really feel with arguments or whatever, getting to that degree of angry, you know, like... how quick are you able to, like, shut it down, you know? And, like, I don't know. I guess that's just, I'm not really asking. I guess it's kind of rhetorical. But in general, like, for people, you know, like, it's like the people in the grocery store that just start yelling at each other. And you're like, you don't even know each other. Is that why?
Right,
you can just belt it all out?
Bumped into your cart or took the last fucking mango? Like, what
dude,
the fuck, dude?
Something. Like, they cut you in line? Oh, shit.
Wasn't meant to be.
I guess you have to wait a few more minutes. They had maybe how many things less or more than you? Like, I don't know. I understand time is money, time is life, like, but
But
it's a construct.
I also try, like, obviously I still get irritated and shit like that. It's like I'm not perfect, but like I try to think and like reason it out of like, okay, I have nothing to like, I have no need to like be a dick about this, and like if anything, me just accepting the situation as it's happening is helping that person, and I'm okay with that because I really like helping people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go ahead and front me. It's fine. Just,
yeah.
you know.
Oh, 100%. I feel like, dude, that's crazy. I feel like I am that person. Not that I feel like it happens, but for when it has happened, I've just been like, do whatever you want. I'm like, not gonna fight you. Like, I don't know. And they're like, oh, sorry, you're here. I'm like, you're good. You're good. I'm like, it's interesting to be the person like, yeah, you just cut me, you know? Like, they just asked, though. Like, I don't know. Like, that was, at least they did that. I feel like there are worse who just do it.
Right.
You know, I've seen that, and it's just like, I just laugh.
Yeah,
it's
some
just
people
like,
just don't even acknowledge the situation. It's just like, not worth it.
Not
don't even
worth it.
fucking waste your energy. Like...
Waste your energy. Exactly. It's just
Yeah.
like, I feel like I used to always think when that stuff would happen, I'd be like, I'm being taught something. Maybe I should think about something. You know, like, her. Like, what do I
Yeah.
what do I do if I have to wait this X amount of time
Meditate,
in line? Oh my god, that's funny. But yeah, life, grocery store. That's why we're talking about center heads. No, it's because earlier Cameron and I, maybe that's part of it, but Cameron and I went to PetSmart, right? Because I told you, I was like, dude, car stuff today, my god, fucking people coming out of school, and that's okay. I'll wait. I definitely feel like, you know, some people are not crazy about waiting.
Right.
It took me a moment to realize when I was like in the car, like Cameron and I sitting there, I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like, they're like gonna allow just all these cars in the street because they're waiting to pick up their kid. We were there for maybe like at least a whole song, and I was like, maybe it'll go forward. I'm like that positive, hopeful. There we go. Where I'm just like, the line will move. And then I was just like, then I started getting the point where I was like, wait, I don't think I've seen a single child walk out of that school. And I was just like, I don't think they're going to actually leave, you know, like soon. Like, the cars are going to move. So I was just like, I guess I'm just going to back up. And Cameron's like, yeah, do it. And I was just like, dude, this is really weird. But there's people who were fucking whipping around. Like, the amount of people that, like, we saw even before then that were
just like getting out of line and shit.
I saw someone when I was driving here, literally, like, the light was yellow, car in front of it. It's like an SUV. We'll call it a Subaru, I think that's what it was. And then this little, like, Chevy Aveo just jumps, like, around them. That person stopped at the light because they're going to turn right. Even though, yeah, they probably could have just gone, obviously. That's why the person went past them. Man, I've seen so much of that today, actually. Holy cow. Because there was another instance. But it's just, like, about...
School has fucking gotten back, honestly, the traffic has been like, fucking weird.
But then, like, that makes it even worse because I'm like, dude, ever since school, like, you should be more careful. Like, children, like...
No, but there's constantly more people of legal driving age every day.
Yeah,
so
no, 100%.
There's, like, drivers that aren't necessarily, adults.
There was this girl that decided to turn when the opposite lane in front, was turning, and she decided to go. So then this other car's like, so then he like went. I was like, dude, like, I'm going to be next to a car crash. With the amount of stuff I'm seeing right now, I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't know.
Just be careful driving. Just watch everybody else.
That's like, drive safe. I'm like, oh god, what am I about to go into?
Just drive safe.
Look out. Today's the day of crazy drivers. But
how's your astrology been?
My astrology?
Yeah, what's it been telling you?
Has
it been calling you out at all?
I don't think I haven't read that. It's just funny because I remember the last one that I saw. It's been bugging me so much, and it was for the week, and it was just for... Oh, I guess it was Aquarius. Was it? Might have been actually, yeah. I think it was an Aquarius thing. Trying to think if it was a manifestation thing, because I, like, have this on my, like, Instagram, for my soul, whatever. And, like... But no, it said for the Aquarius thing. It was on... When I went to Bamboo for food. That's what I say. I, like... checked it right before I went because I was like, all right, I'm about to go do stuff, you know. And I was like, I want to get food. And it said to be careful with your money this week. And I didn't really read anything else because it's just like, oh my God, money. When we put money out there, I'm like, be careful, you know, like, let alone I'm not working. So it's like me being like, how much am I willing to spend? How much am I willing to stress myself out? Even though, I don't know, I saved enough money to not, if I didn't want to work for 2, maybe 3 months, I'd be fine, chilling. But I don't want to do that. That's scary.
But definitely still take a little bit of time for yourself.
Yeah, but yeah, so anyways, fucking went to, I was kind of reckless that day. I went to Bamboo with Cameron, and we had a good lunch. I was just like, let's get this. Like, I was just like, dude, I want a good fucking meal. That's all I kept thinking. I was just like, I want to have a good week. I don't know. And then after that, I, like, went and bought some, like, rings, because I was like, I haven't got my rings back, and I want my rings back. And, like, spent money there, and then, like, hung out with Michaela, and I was like, okay, I'm going to stop. So I haven't spent money, you know. And then today, we went to PetSmart.
And you went grocery shopping yesterday.
Grocery shopping doesn't count.
Okay, alright, fair enough.
I'm like, does not count. I'm like, but that $5 does, though. But, yeah, I went to PetSmart. And, dude, I was, like, telling Karen, I was like, dude, I'm not really willing to spend, like, $25 on a light. You know, I was just like, I don't think he needs that light, you know. And she was just like, okay, you don't have to do it right now. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, I'm probably never gonna do it, you know. Like, he literally keeps himself warm, fucking burrowing, you know. It's warm enough in there. Does the job. But yeah, I spent money there, and I was like, dude, stressing myself out, because I'm like, I need to buy this tattoo shit. Like, I shouldn't be fucking spending money. And I'm just like, oh my God, my the Aquarius, like, astrology for the week is really affecting me. But wait, what's yours?
Mine has been interesting.
So you're reading it every day? I failed. I get too busy.
It notifies me. And,
okay. Yeah, I don't know if I have that on this phone, because I changed phones. Yeah.
Today mine said, I'm immune to bullshit.
Okay. Have you been around other people?
No, just talking with my homies on Discord from the Bay Area.
Must be about me.
No, I think it's just like, I don't know, I don't...
We hate bad stigmas.
Yeah, and I don't feed into people's, like, Kosi, if you ever watch this, I'm sorry, I love you.
No.
Me and my friend Kosi got into kind of like a heated argument about a philosophical thought experiment. A lot of people are familiar with it. It's like the trolley. You have like a train is coming or a trolley is coming, and there's like a fork in the track, and it goes into like 2 different choices.
Okay, yeah, like which one you want to go to?
One person has like 5 people on it, and the other one has 1 person on it.
No, I've heard about this.
Yeah, and so me and my friend got into a huge fucking like debate about it, and like I wasn't understanding what he was saying, he wasn't understanding what I was saying, and like he got really mad at me and just like cursed me out, and I was just like, okay. And I think that's what the immune to bullshit thing is. It's like, if something happens that's like a tense situation,
mm-hmm.
I don't make it tenser. I just kind of like,
Retract.
Okay.
I know.
Sorry.
God. That just makes me think about how, like, okay, so you ever those conversations, I guess it's like ones with relationships, because I don't really feel like, I guess for me as a person, I haven't had like friendship fights in a long time. It's a very, very, very rare thing for me.
Same.
You know, it's interesting that you think about that, but like, okay, and then relationships, like, okay, I guess the whole point I was going to say is like, with me, I'm like the type of person trying to tone it down. Is that the cat?
Yeah.
She in the bathroom?
She's in my mom's bathroom.
Oh, okay. But I try and tone it down, And like from there, if I feel like the person's not calming down and I feel like I'm more calm in that moment, you know, I just walk away, you know, or I'll say like, whenever you're ready to talk, you know, like just let me know, you know. And then the sad truth is, if they come around, I can tell they're really upset still. I'm like, I don't think you're there yet, and I'm not trying to be mean, but you know, like that's stuff. And that's, I don't know, I don't even know why I'm saying that. I'm just saying, like, in general, like, I feel like how many people walk away correctly, because I feel like, is that correct to walk away that way? I feel like trying to tone it down, because I know, yeah, like, as a person, trying to tone it down. I don't know, the whole walking away thing, like, not aggressively, you
right.
know, maybe that person's saying really mean things. Is that okay to walk away then?
I usually just sit there and take it.
Until they just let it all out.
Yeah.
You let them vent.
Yeah, because, like, it's way easier for me to just kind of, like...
You're like, I'll help de-escalate them by taking it.
Shake it off. Like,
oh, okay.
And I think that has hurt some of my relationships, because that doesn't really happen with friends. Like, I don't really get into arguments like that with friends. If I do get into, like, a bad argument with a friend, it's usually on the basis that I can just, like... friendship's over. Like, you know?
We're done.
Yeah.
We're breaking up.
Yeah. And but with relationships, it feels like because of that, like, just kind of sitting there and, like, letting...
They're like, are you even listening to me?
Not
no?
that, it's just like,
okay.
Like, do you even care? Or, like, because I'm not, like, showing emotion, I'm just kind of, like, listening to them, and they're, like, yelling, and I'm like...
In reality, are you thinking things?
No, I'm listening to everything that they're hearing.
Like,
I'm like...
Yep.
And then they'll be... This has happened more than once, like... Don't you have, like... Aren't you going to say anything? I'm like, I don't really have anything to say, like, right now. I will come back to this, but...
I'm very similar in this moment right now.
I can't just... It's not going to be beneficial to anyone if I just, like, am forced to talk about this right this moment. Let me absorb everything that just happened, everything you just put on me.
Yeah.
And I'll get back to you. I let you have your piece, like, you know?
No, it's very real. I feel like even saying that, the moment, ready for the, I don't know, like the whole talking, like you're being force-fed.
Right.
Listen to me. I don't know. That in a way, it just takes me back to like working, like being a manager. That was like one thing I learned is like when you have to have a hard talk, where they like, whether it was their attitude, you know, how they treat you as a boss. Oh, that's even, I feel like I hate that one, you know. Just like there's people who want to have those conversations. You know, and like, I don't know, like there was this one time I was like defending someone in the store. Would have done it for fucking anyone.
Right.
You know, like with how someone was talking to someone else.
Mm.
And that turned into an ordeal. And I was like, I don't think we need to be talking about this on the floor right now. And I don't think we're ready to have this conversation. And then it turns into, well, when are we ready to have this conversation? And I was like, well, when we have time. You know, in reality, I want to say, I'm like, when you calm down, like, hello, dude, let alone, does that make us both look good? If we walk away right now to go talk in the back, like, looks like we got beef.
Yeah.
You know, mature adults do not do these things. Like, I don't understand why people just can't communicate without, like, projecting. That's really, I feel like that's what it is, like.
I find that, like, yeah, that's the case with most people, but there are a handful of people out there that are really receptive to, like, reading the fucking room and
dude,
the vibes and, like,
oh my god, like,
you know, like,
I used to always, I don't know, get to the point,
and it does become, like, a competitive thing, like you were saying earlier, of, like, needing to win the fucking, like, conversation. It's like...
It is a thing. Why is it such a thing? I feel like that's like everywhere you go at the same time, because you know, like, you can be around certain people, friend groups, whatever, like, and there's one person that stands out, or like back to the grocery store, like, you know, or like even if you're talking about society, just world reality, like there are people that you can tell like they have a mouth, you know, and that's wild to like completely disregard how other people feel when you open your mouth. And I understand doing your own thing. I get it. you know? But when is there the point where it's just like, let other people maybe be on the same level when other people are talking? Just like, read the room, like you said, you know? Read the area.
Does this need to be as big of a deal as I'm making it right now?
Yeah.
No. Like,
no.
yeah.
That's weird. God, that's weird. I don't know. Just makes me think about people who have like personalities. I mean, this is what I was thinking in the very beginning, because then it's just like, whoa, like all these places are just like, literally like the friend group thing, where it's just like, there might be like a person, or like, I feel like there's, for me, I feel like there's generally like, I have these things that I pay attention to when I like choose to hang out with someone. You know, like I like to say I'm like a reserved person when it comes to hanging out with new people, whatever. Like I won't say much. You know, it's like a whole 180 where it's just like, I don't know who you are and I don't know how I'm supposed to be. I'm not going to just trust you and be myself. I don't feel like you deserve that. That sounds weird, but it's more so like I know how, what's the word? Trying to think of a word. I was gonna say personal, but I'm like, I know how real I am, and I feel like people can take that the wrong way, which is weird to say, but they do, you know, like, or they read it wrong, you know. So that's why I'm like, if I just like shut it down, like be very calm, very proper, you know, you're not really sure what you're gonna get out of me, you know, and then like then you can see like their flaws just pop pop pop, or maybe they don't really have any flaws, you know. And you just see like their personality, you know, and then obviously down the road you notice like what people go through and how they act, you know, which is I feel like different than having like an issue they haven't fixed.
Right.
I shouldn't say can't, because that sounds bad.
No, there's
there's
no
some
can't.
people. What?
There's no can't.
There's no can't. I'm like, there's some people.
Oh, I
guess,
also
like,
I feel bad saying there is no can't, because they're obviously
there's
horrible
always a
fucking
can't.
experiences.
Yeah.
That people, I don't blame them for being who they are.
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
You know, even if they are a bad person, you know, I can't blame them for being who they are because of certain things they've gone through, or certain things that I might not know that they've gone through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very real.
The realness.
Now I'm thinking of think of another question, because he asked about astrology. What do I try and focus on each day? Like, I don't know.
I don't know, I've been getting more into magic and all that stuff.
Yeah, not Magic the Gathering.
No, Magic with a K. I don't know if Magic the Gathering is spelled with a K, though.
It's with a C.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, maybe. That'd be weird if they did that, though. They're like, I'm gonna play Magic, like, which one?
It's like the real deal, or are we talking like Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm trying to stop myself from going to buy shoes. I'm not gonna lie.
What kind of shoes?
So I really want to get another pair of these because they're so dirty.
Some Vans?
Some new Vans. And then a part of me wants to get some new Crocs, because I've always wanted the Rasta colored Crocs. At the same time, Crocs be stepping up their game, dude. The stuff that I've seen online, I've been like, holy cow.
Have you seen the Yeezys that are basically like Yeezy Crocs? They're like,
I don't think so.
Just like a giant piece of foam with like holes in it.
I don't know. Maybe not.
They're crazy.
Maybe not on my feed.
They're crazy.
Yeah. I'm like trying to think of anything else to talk about.
I don't know. I think that was pretty
That's
full.
good.
Like, yeah.
How long was that?
I don't know. Let me see. 54 minutes.
Okay. So that's pretty good. I mean, there's warm up in there, wasn't there, though? Or did you restart it?
No, I didn't
Okay.
restart it.
Warm up's good, though.
Yeah.
Because there's still...
Stuff, yeah, it leads into, yeah.
Maybe.
I can edit it out if you...
There you go.
Yeah. And
Like,
this part, probably.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, it's still recording.
Yeah.
That's when you get your cat and make her do, like, fun, cool video stuff. You know? Yeah. Every time I see that you have cigarettes, I'm like, oh, I smoke spirits. And I'm like, wait, no, mulchies.
I do. I mulch.
It's okay. The world knows. You already clicked it? So the new thing is spliffs, guys. Spliffs. Right. Everyone smokes spliffs, apparently. So true. It's weird.
It is weird.
It's like the moment one person said it, then all of a sudden I'm around someone smoking, I'm smoking. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, yeah, I'm smoking a spliff. I'm like,
I don't like smoking spliffs. They give me headaches.
I definitely smoked part of when I forgot it was a spliff. That's what happened. That's the mistake I made. And I was like, what the fuck does... I went downstairs, came back upstairs, and I was like, oh my fuck, what did I... I was like, I hope I'm not in trouble. 'Cause I'm not trying to bother my roommates. Yeah, with the smell. It's a definitely interesting smell, that's for sure.
Super interesting. Not pleasant.
No. God. Maybe one day they'll serve them that way.
That'd be interesting. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, goodbye, people.
No.